Miss Liz, tea time, yeah. Making a difference, one cup at a time. Tea time. Yeah, Miss Liz, tea time, yeah. Making a difference, one cup at a time. Tea time. So be sure to grab your tea, grab a seat, and tune in to Miss Liz. Tea time, making a difference, one cup at a time. Tea time, yeah. Tea time, time.
Well, welcome everybody. We are in November and Miss Liz is back. I don't know how much Miss Liz is present this morning, but we're going to talk a good subject this morning, mental health. And I have the returning guest from season 3, Adam Duval. He is the founder and the producer of Mental Health Warriors. He's a podcast host, he's an advocate, he's a father, and he's got some updates. He's got some personal updates, and he's got some updates about the Mental Health Warriors and that for the new season that's coming in 2024. So I'm going to get Adam in here, and we're going to talk a little bit. And for the viewers that are just finding out about Mental Health Warriors, we're going to bring a little bit of that back just so we can give you some upgrounds on that. And then we're going to get deeper into Adam's story, because Adam shared a story last season. If you want to see that part 1, you can check that out on the YouTube channel for Miss Liz. So let me get Adam in here, and then we're just going to spill a tea, because me and Adam, that's what we do. We just spill and we just make a mess. And I'm going to get him in here so he can give you some good updates. Welcome, Adam.
Hi.
See, Adam is like a friend. Adam is no longer a guest. Adam is a friend. He's like a big brother. Like, we just pick on each other and we poke and, we just go at it. So, Adam, welcome back to Tea Time. If my throat kicks in and out, don't worry about it. I'll just take a sip of tea over here. I'm going through a little bit. If anybody would like to know about that, they can check out Miss Liz's Facebook page and all that good stuff. But yes. Today I want to talk about the mental health. Adam, I want to get into the updates first, and then we're going to get into a little bit about Mental Health Warriors, because since being on season 3, something has happened to you and your wife.
Has it?
Has it? So would you care to share what the update is? Because I'm super excited.
Well, obviously, I've got a psychology degree. I've got a new baby, and I'm just living life.
Yeah, you have a nice bouncy little boy, and he looks so much like you, Adam. Like, I was looking at the pictures yesterday and I was like, oh my God, he looks like his daddy.
Stalking my profile again.
All the time. It's just what I do, right?
Yeah.
So, Adam, I want to get into a little bit of your story, just to give the viewers and listeners that are listening that may be new a little bit about you. So I want to go back into when you were a little boy. Who were you, and who are you now as a grown man?
How far into a little boy do you want to know?
Go way back, so we get to know a little bit.
Okay, then. Well,
Adam.
Who was I? That's a very good question, because I ain't got a clue who I was. No identity, no voice. Didn't know who I was, didn't know what I want, and let's just say I'm lucky to be here today, and now I've got a voice, I've got an identity, and people are still trying to shut me up, and they're not working.
Yeah, that's one thing. Nobody's going to shut Adam up. Adam is a voice, and a nice, loud voice for mental health.
I know.
Adam, I really appreciate what you do for the Mental Health Warriors. So for the viewers out there, tell them a little bit about what Mental Health Warriors is all about and when it started.
Mental Health Warriors, it's plain and simple. Obviously, Annette's part of it, of course. We're just a bunch of dysfunctional people with our own experience, our own story, and we use that to bring guests from all over the world onto our podcast, and we just go as it is. We just get stories out there because we want to get these little voices into one big voice, so then we can eradicate that stigma.
And we have a comment from Annette. She is one of the warriors, and you can check out her program. I believe her program is on Mondays, correct?
No, it's actually on Wednesdays, once a fortnight, but obviously she's actually thinking about changing the date, so that's actually an update.
So there's lots of changes coming to Mental Health Warriors. You have some new shows that have started, some new warriors that are coming to the table.
Yes. Yeah, we've obviously got Stephen Smith. He's obviously from Sarasota, Florida. He's obviously, his show's called LWN Life with Nature, where obviously he talks about the importance of getting outside. And obviously he brings the sunrise up with you. And obviously we've got, starting in 2 weeks, we've got Nancy Nance, who we all know her. She's going to bring joy back to people's life. And yeah,
I'm really excited that Nancy's on board because Nancy is one of my Sacred Heart Rising sisters. So I met Nancy in person a couple of years ago. So Nancy's
could be dangerous.
Yeah, Nancy's like a big sister. You know, we watch out for each other. All of us Sacred Heart sisters. I believe I met Nancy. It was in 2018 or 2019. I'm not sure.
Yes.
I think it was the second time I flew, not the first time, because I'm not a big flyer. So.
Yeah, then obviously my show, well, mine, Andrea Evans and Andrea Mason's, our show, we're now booked up. Take away Christmas period. We're booked up now until second week of July next year.
Awesome. See, and this is what we have to do, right? We have to get ahead of the game, because if we stay behind, then we're falling behind. And if we want to be examples, we got to stay up ahead. You know, and sometimes being that role model is hard.
Yeah.
So Adam, have you ever had a show by yourself?
No.
That's one of the questions that just came in. Has Adam ever had a show by himself?
I think.
No way. I don't think so. I think you've always had somebody.
Who asked that?
It came in by Twitter. I don't know. A lot of people don't verify, right? And we can't put them up unless they verify on Streamer because of policies and that. So
no, I've not had a show me on. No, not as I can think. No.
Yeah, that was a good question because I never thought of that. When I seen that, I was like, what? Because I'm trying to think. I think you should.
Why?
Why not? Do it the Adam hour.
I'll dance. No, Mom. No, but this is what it's all about, isn't it? We bring fun to mental health. That's what we're supposed to. Why take it serious?
Exactly. And that's why we got to break the stigma, right? And the discrimination, because everyone has this look on mental health that you got to be depressed and upset. Yes, depression is not always easy and it's hard. You know, we have our moments. You know, I'm just flashing up some of the comments that Annette's putting up here. She's like, being a part of the Warriors has helped change and improve my mental health. He has his show with Andrea, the Mental Health Warriors. I don't think you've ever done one by yourself, because before you were doing one with, you were doing a group one. as well a couple years ago.
No, I've always been on like one-on-one, doing it with someone or as a panel.
Yeah, that might be something to look into for the new year there, Adam. So, Adam, I want to get into your schooling. You've been doing a lot of schooling, and if anybody pays attention and they follow Adam online, they can see that he is doing amazing. You're getting amazing scores. You're passing all your tests and all of that. I believe you've only had to do one or two over, but you know, we need those moments where we have to redo them, right? Because sometimes we rush and
Yeah, this is my third attempt at doing GCSE maths. Obviously, school I got a G. Then obviously doing it last year, where I only got an F, which obviously that is not good enough to me because for one, I was a bit of a character in class. Well, that's the first time I've ever been a character. And secondly, is yeah, I just never covered the areas of maths what I did last year, but obviously I'm redoing that all again this year, and yeah, just keep going because my aim is the reason I'm doing GCSE maths again. Yeah, people's gonna think you're too old to do maths. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You're never too old, and because I want to get a C, a grade C in maths, because then I can go and do GCSE English. Because once I've got my English, my aim is to get my PhD in psychology. That is my aim. That's my target, and no one's going to stop me getting that. They're going to try, but they're going to fail. Simple as.
well, it's your goal, right? It's your dream, so nobody can
Of
stop
course.
anybody's goal or dream, right? You just push through it. And
Yeah.
you know, you always have those naysayers. You know, why are you doing it now? You're too old for that. You know, you could have done that 20 years ago. You know, and people are graduating from school in their 80s and 90s. Like,
Exactly, and this is what I mean, Liz, is that saying, that old saying, life starts when you're 40. I just think that's a load of rubbish. Life starts when you choose for it to start.
and Adam says that because Adam's not 40 yet.
Not just that, because it's the truth, though.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still 21, but my body's telling me different.
Yeah. So, Adam, I want to talk about the children. You have autistic children. So, how is that at home? And I want to get into the school systems. I know that a lot of people are like, Miss Liz, don't even go there with Adam. But I do want to go there with Adam because Adam has really changed his look on schools. Some changes, not all, but some changes. Because Adam, you realize that you had to take a toe back in order to make your voice a little stronger. You know, sometimes we have to take that one step back and then go forward. Because I have seen that in the last 6 months, and you have taken that voice a little back, but you're coming with more facts and information,
more energy.
Yeah, in a good way. And that's a good way, because before it was like attack, and blame. You were on defense, right? So you took that step back. I've noticed that. I pay attention to Adam. I pay attention to a lot of my guests. And I realized that you noticed that, because a lot of people have spoken to you and said, Adam, in order to make that impact, sometimes, you know, you gotta back up a bit and then come forward, not boom. There was somebody that told me a couple weeks ago, Miss Liz, you're at a 500 and the rest of the world is at a 10. So could you come at a 150 maybe? So I think that's where you were, Adam. You were like me. You were like just gun hole, and you wanted to really just.
That's what makes me and you alike, it? We're just straight to the point. But I'm thinking logically now, the reason I was doing that before is it wasn't me doing that. That was my trauma coming out, because yes, I was dealing with it externally, but I forgot to deal with it internally as well. But now I've done that. Well, now I'm still doing it. Yeah, I am still dealing with it internally. I'm just thought, you know what? Yes, the people. Do I like the education system? No, I don't. Do I think I'll ever trust them? No, I won't. Because end of the day, they're putting barriers in front of our children. They are. Like for example, what I'm currently dealing with now and this obviously links into your question about autism, is Lucas, our 11-year-old. I call him a smart ass because he is. He obviously is exceeding in mathematics, and obviously I believe he's ready for college at 11 years old. I believe he is. Other subjects, yeah, he's at school age. He is. And I'm trying and trying and trying to find someone to go and assess him, just to see what level he's at. Like, obviously, the school are not doing that. The school he's at. Then I've spoken with colleges. Like, even the college I go to, I've spoken to them. And they're saying, no, he's too young. So I'm like, then I rang a university to see if they can do something. No, he's too young. But now I've finally got somewhere where, obviously, from talking to the college, where they've sent me links and they've actually offered an assessment, which is going to happen tonight.
Oh.
Just to see what's going on, which obviously I've booked. And yeah, we're just going from there, which he's got that in about 4 hours.
Oh, wow. See, I took a 2-hour nap and I missed something.
Exactly. Yes. But yeah, it's, if people say raising autistic children is easy, then you have not got a clue what autism is. You've not got a clue. Autism is a really, really challenging thing for you, because it doesn't just impact you; it impacts your entire family, including themselves. Do I believe they know how to be good? Yes. But at the same time, I know that they're struggling. They are struggling. And all we can do is just be there. Half the time, I don't know how to communicate with our children when they're in crisis. I don't know. And that's my truth. I don't know. So, like, for example, our daughter, when she's in crisis, obviously Kerry normally goes to her, and I'm like, no, don't. Just leave her. If she wants to trash a room, throw things downstairs, just let her. Because at the end of the day, it comes to it where once she's done that, she then slowly calms down, and then she comes straight to you. Let her come to you. She's like a little deer, where you have to wait for her.
So, have you ever found out why the outbursts happen?
Why the what?
Why the outbursts? Like, why do they get so aggressive that they have to,
It could be many factors to why they get aggressive. It could be the fact that they're overstimulated. It could be the fact that they're bored. It could be the fact that, yeah, fair enough, bored may be an excuse, but it's not an excuse if you think about it. Yeah, I know many of us come up with excuses. So, I'm bored. But in reality, the reason they're saying they're bored is because they don't know how to. They don't know. They don't understand their own emotions. They don't, and I think that's for many autistic individuals. So if we actually slow down, and I can't believe I'm actually going to say this for the first time in my life, but you have to show a little bit of patience, which I don't
oh my
have.
goodness. Is the sky gonna fall?
Yep, you have to. Bit of patience, bit of compassion, and you have to just slow down and just listen to them. Listen to how they feel, because for the first time, when I took my son out, I was talking to him about how he feels, and he was opening up, which he has never ever done in his life. Never. So instead of actually, when they're in crisis, that is a bad time to go and talk to them. Bad time. Wait till they've calmed down.
So we have a question here for you, Adam. As a father of autistic children, how does that affect your mental health?
Very much. It really does. Obviously, I do admit I have had really bad days. where there's been many times when not just Kerry but me as well, I've actually gone into another room and started crying. I've done that many times. Even when they're crying and they're screaming, and even when our new baby is crying, you just have to just get up. I know it sounds selfish, and you should never leave a baby unattended, but you have to make that time for you as well. So that's why I just went into the room for a couple of minutes, just cried, took a breather, and then just came back in. That's what I did, because sometimes you have to do that to keep yourself sane. Otherwise, you're going to lose your mind.
I really suggest everybody go and check season 3, Adam Duval's Teatime, because Adam, you have really immensely changed since last season. You've become calmer. You've become more alert and more patient. And yes, I'm looking for this guy to fall because Adam doesn't have a lot of patience. But lately, Adam, in the last 6 months, you have really changed. You have really grown. I have seen that grow in you. And we have even had that connection where we had conversations and said, Liz, are you, like, you check on me a lot. You're like, Liz, are you okay? And I'm like, I don't like when people ask if I'm okay, because if I'm okay, then I'm not okay. Because when I say I'm okay, I'm not okay, guys. If I say I'm fine, then I'm good. If I say I'm okay, I'm not good. And it's just my way of shutting people down because I don't know how to.
Yeah, because that's what it is with me, is when other people asking you if you're okay, yes, you don't like it, but then they just stop. They just stop that conversation. But with me, I persist with it because I know you're not okay.
Yeah.
And there's been times when you've opened up to me.
Yeah.
And you're like, Adam, stop talking, just let me rant.
But there are times, because I have BTD and DID, sometimes I disassociate from my body and I go into another part, and it's not because I want to forget. It's just I don't remember when I'm in that stage. And my body does that during stress and traumas, attacks and that, I'm here, but I'm not here. It's like you're in an air bubble and you're watching over yourself and you know that you want to say this, but you're not there. So you can't say it. So your voice is saying, no, say this, but your body's actually saying something else. And you're like, how can I do this? Like, how can, and we talked about this a little bit on your show as well, the conversion disorder, where my body shuts down. And sometimes.
Which episode? Because we've done it twice.
Yeah, I've been on Mental Health Warriors a few times, and that's what we do is we support one another, and that goes a long way as well. Especially when someone is living with mental health, it's okay to say, hey, I got your back. Come on my show. Take a break. Let me flip the table on you. Let me serve a different way, because
exactly. And I've even offered for the Warriors to come and support Teatime as well, where it is because obviously I know you said you haven't got time, but come on, we've all got time, Liz. We all do. And this is why I said, and I'm even going to put it out there to the universe right now, and I hope Annette's watching this right now still, is have Miss Liz and Teatime come onto the Warriors and have her on shows. That opportunity is still there, and it's not going away.
Well, like I said, at this time it's too much for me, and I have to be able to say that, But that doesn't mean that in the future, in 6 months, I'm not like Adam. Okay, I'm ready. Right now I am going through a lot of stuff, so it's not because I don't have the time. It's just it's too much for me, and I'm able to say that. Where before I wouldn't be able to. I was that people pleaser. Oh yeah, I can do it. Oh yeah, I can do it.
Exactly.
Right now,
and the reason I'm actually a lot calmer is because obviously it's this psychology course. I was doing social psychology, and it's an advanced one where obviously I'm in a bit of a disagreement with the group I'm doing it with as well. Is the fact that I've did a lot of research into it, and it's actually equivalent to having a bachelor degree, but they're saying it's not. But it's like, so I'm in a bit of a disagreement with them, but normally I rise to it and I get all aggressive, but it's like that's a choice, and it's all. And I studied behaviorism within this psychology degree, so it's all about how you react and how you respond to these situations. Like obviously, Kerry, she tried having arguing with me today, and I'm like, I'm not interested. When Wyatt is crying and he's screaming and he won't shut up, and when I've tried all things, I'm like, no, I'm not interested. We don't do this. Enough. And he just stops. Because that's what it is. Do I admit Kerry was struggling last night when I was at university? Yes, she was, because he's at that clingy stage where he's all clingy to me.
No, he's a daddy's
But,
boy.
oh well, it's just as it is. But I know what does wind him up, which I think will wind a lot of people up, is when they're trying to argue with me and I'm like, I'm not interested, I always say, if you want to argue, go and argue in a mirror. That's what I always say. It always winds them up.
Well, they do say whatever bugs you is mirroring, right? And that's what they say. Exactly. Whatever is.
But this is what I say to the kids all the time, like the 10 and 11. And like what Tegan always says, oh, my Lucas is winding me up. I'm like, right, okay. So my question to you then is, his choices and his behaviour, why are you letting that impact you? Because at the end of the day, why are you letting his choices stop you from living your life, loving your life? Use his choices, his negativity as a stepping stone to where you want to be.
Exactly. Sometimes we have to look at the mirror and we have to fix ourselves. We have to. And yeah. Adam, that's what you've done, is you've looked in the mirror and you've fixed yourself. And I'm really
it wasn't quite a fright though.
Well, you have come a long way, and I'm really proud of you. So we have a question here about stigma. How are we breaking stigma by sharing our stories?
Because obviously, if that's a man that said that, well done, and I'm proud. Because at the end of the day, there's still that massive stigma attached to mental health, especially with men. Because men are still being branded, we're supposed to be these masculine individuals, strong, independent, defending their family, and we are prevented from showing our vulnerability. We, obviously, the Warriors, provide that story because at the end of the day, you're doing one thing. You're getting your voice heard. Because society don't allow people to be heard when it comes to talking. Because have you not noticed, and this is where I go back to the education, is when you're trying to talk, especially about how you're feeling, the teachers always tell you to shush, to shut up. You're silenced. You should never silence anyone, especially a child. If they're trying to express how they feel, allow them. And that's what I said to Kerry all the time. It's like when the child is talking, listen, because you don't know what they're actually saying. Because you always have to take a child serious when they're talking. Always. And that's exactly how it is. So you're getting your voice heard.
So we have another
not many places allow that.
Adam, we have another question for you. Have you ever had a child's mental health show on Mental Health Warriors?
A child's mental health show? We've spoken about children's mental health. And the youngest person we've actually had on, she was 17 years old. And she came on last year.
But you have never had a show for mental health for the children, right?
No.
I'd like to know who this person is that's sending these questions.
People need to subscribe,
right? Or just give StreamYard permission to see your name, and then I can put your questions in here. Okay.
Identify yourself.
Well, that's the thing, right? A lot of people are still staying hidden because they don't want to be seen and heard. They want to ask the questions, but they still don't want to be seen.
Yeah.
And a lot of people is because they are living with mental health.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I'm actually applauding these people because at the end of the day, yes, they don't want to be seen. They don't want to know who's actually asking these questions. But the fact that they're actually taking time to actually ask the questions, I applaud them. And I thank them.
And these are questions that have never been asked about mental health warriors. I've never. I was
I've never
thinking
been
as
asked
this,
these questions ever.
you know, I've never even thought about the children's mental health, because we do have a children's mental health service here in Cornwall, and I never ever thought of something like that on mental health warriors, Adam.
It can happen because people say I'm good at what I do. Like you've just said, I'm really good at what I do. Do I believe I can get better at this podcasting? Do I believe I can get better at being here with you, Liz? Of course I can. Of course I can. We can all get better.
I think it's really important that we put it out there, because mental health affects not just the elders, not just the mid
Everyone.
age. It affects everyone. You know,
Yes.
it's a chemical imbalance. It's not that you wake up and, ooh, I got depression. It's the brain. We got to really start talking about the
I'm gonna
brain.
let you know something. When my daughter was being assessed for an educational healthcare plan to get support in school, which she had independent professionals come out, like not just like come out to the house and actually assess her. She was actually diagnosed with anxiety. She was actually diagnosed at 10 years old, being diagnosed with anxiety. That just
Well,
shows how bad this society is.
right? And well, and with everything
Yeah,
that's going on in the world, if the adults are messed up, how can the children not be? Like,
exactly.
we're affected on a daily basis. These children are as well. Their mental
They're
state
struggling.
went
They
up
are
and down
hurting. Yeah.
during COVID, and that in school, out of school, online schooling. There was a lot of trauma that was brought to these children, and they didn't understand. Isolation was number one, and it increased the suicide numbers as well. You and me both know that, because of the lockdowns, right? I've lost a
I'm going to
couple.
share something funny surrounding that as well. Like, obviously, I know we've got our views on COVID anyway, which I'm not going to share, but the school Lucas was at, obviously, he was learning at home. And this particular lesson, it was English. And even the school knew he does not like English. He hates it. Obviously, he likes it now, but he hates it. He hated it then. And obviously, they put him onto this Zoom because they were doing English. Within 30 seconds of that Zoom opening, he closed the laptop. He closed it, and he never went back on.
Wow. Well, and the learning for the children was a lot harder. I have a step granddaughter who's autistic, and she as well struggled with school. Like, she was, the anxiety was really high, because she didn't
Yeah,
understand. Because one week she's in school, the next week she's not in school. Then, and 3 months later she's back in school. Then she's not in school. You know.
yeah. I actually saved Lucas's life on one occasion. Why I'm saying that is because obviously, I took him to school as normal, and he was turned away because apparently someone in his class caught this virus, whatever it is, and so he was turned away. He had a massive meltdown, and because obviously I had no money on me, so I couldn't get a taxi. We walked home. We had to go down this big hill, and then at the bottom of that hill was a busy main road, really busy. He tried running into it on multiple occasions, but I stopped him because he was in crisis. So I literally had to sit him on this wall and I sat with him and I just held him and calmed him down. And I don't know how I did it, but I did it.
Well, you've really calmed yourself down. You've really gotten a lot of patience, Adam. Again,
Have
I highly say everybody go check season 3's Adams, because it's
Oh,
two different. It's two different
you laugh
people
at me.
completely. And I can't remember if you had your blue hair when you were on season 3.
I never had a blue hair.
You had dark hair. You had some kind of, you had blue hair, did you not?
I've never had blue hair. It must have been jet black.
Okay, that's what it was. It was jet black. I thought it was blue. I'm colorblind.
So am I. Yeah, but as you can see, I am growing my hair.
So, Adam, we have a question here again, and this is coming from, I'm 67, and I'd like to know about disability discrimination on how Mental Health Warriors helps with that.
Oh, how long have you got?
we
Disability
got
discrimination.
half an hour here.
What's that?
We still got a little under half an hour.
And now, have you ever seen your chat this active? Well, disability discrimination towards mental health, well, they coexist. People are discriminated all the time. I've been discriminated. My kids have been discriminated because that's the type of world it is. But obviously, I used to, and even Liz knows that when my kids were being discriminated big time, I was forever just jumping on the bandwagon, and I was being aggressive to these people. And maybe that was the cause of the fact that I got blocked from talking to the council. I don't know, but yeah, I'm still blocked now, by the way. But now you just, it's just all about how you respond, and there's this obviously I can signpost you to the Equality Advisor service. You can talk to Citizens Advice Bureau. You name it. You could talk to Liz. You could talk to us. You could talk to anyone. There's always people out there. Nobody should ever feel isolated.
So we have another question. I'm guessing from the same person. Do you have a show on disability discrimination?
No, but I can. I feel like I should do a show on disability discrimination. Absolutely. I'm open to that. I am open to it.
This is how we make a difference, is by just bringing it to the table, because sometimes we don't have the answers, or sometimes we don't know what the viewers and listeners want to know or have. And there's so many different forms of disability. When I hear the word disability, I always think beautiful and different, because they are individuals who are doing their best to make a difference in what they have to deal with each and every day. Because some disabilities you don't see, like mental health, it's an invisible illness. A lot of people will say, "Oh, well, you look good. You're dressed up nice. You're everything is fine and dandy." That's not how mental health works. Same with autism. Right?
Same with autism. And obviously, without sounding age discriminating, is the fact that I still remember a few years back, we went to, I think it was Blackpool for the day, and obviously we were going to these toilets, and there was obviously disability toilets, and obviously we was waiting in the line, because obviously there was a big line to use it, which fair enough, no problem. And this elderly couple was saying, kids using this, they shouldn't. There's nothing wrong with them. And so we actually said they've got autism. Autism is a hidden disability. And they just walked off. Which shows it is. People really,
it's the ignorance
obviously,
of
it is the ignorance, yes. And like for Halloween as well, which I find absolutely amazing, was the fact that yes, there were kids dressed up, but then there was this particular kid that showed up with the parents, and he wasn't even dressed up, which shows that kid could have had autism. And obviously the parent was talking to us about the fact that they deal with autism, which shows that kid must have had autism. But we still gave him sweets.
Right, because sometimes some of the textures bugs them,
Yeah, and it's same as well. It's same as well. Like obviously, I wasn't being discriminating that night. Is because obviously 3 teenagers. Yeah, people always say, like I seen a post as well, which really I should have shared, to be honest. 3 teenagers turned up at the door, and I gave them sweets, because at the end of the day, people should have gave teenagers sweets, and the reason why is because they could have been doing something else. They could have been taking drugs. They could have been doing antisocial behaviour. They could have been causing all sorts of trouble in the streets. but they chose to come knock on your door and just say those 3 words.
Or maybe they were coming
So,
to get candy for younger brothers and sisters that couldn't come out because they were sick.
see, we don't take our kids trick or treating because obviously it's not safe around our area. It's not safe, and to be honest, they're not bothered. They are not bothered. The fact that they wanted to stay in on their console or watch a Halloween film with some as you say candy, but we say sweets. That's okay for us. That's okay for them. It shows they're safe, and we give them what they want
Well, Adam,
because we don't force them.
You just brought up a good point. Watching a movie, you don't have to go trick or treating on Halloween. There's different ways of celebrating. It's like Christmas. It's like Easter. You can celebrate it a different way. You know?
Exactly. But I have to mention, Liz. I have to mention the upcoming show on the Warriors. I was actually in the middle of creating the show. Before I came on, we're actually talking about triggers around bonfire nights because obviously bonfire is Sunday. And obviously Wyatt he's actually scared of fireworks. It's come to terms that every time people have been letting off fireworks and the loud ones, he jumps and they keep him up. So do I believe we're in for a bad night on Sunday? Yes, we are. But obviously we can just comfort him as much as we can. But yeah, we are going to be discussing triggers around bonfire nights. We've got an amazing guest.
Well, and it doesn't only just affect little ones; it affects the adults because anybody living with PTSD
and animals
and animals too. It really does affect them because it triggers you, right? It's that trigger. For me, I don't like loud bangs. I don't like when somebody slams something because I'm like, oh, what's going on here? It brings me a lot backwards. In situations and that thunder. I hate thunder. If anybody who's watching and they want to know what Miss Liz is scared of, Miss Liz is scared of thunder. I will watch a lightning and thunder shower, but I don't like the thunder because the thunder reminds me of my parents fighting.
Do you want to know how risky I am when it comes to thunder?
Well, I don't know. How risky are you?
I'm very risky. When the kids were in school, obviously just down the street there's this big open field and it was thundering and lightning. It was raining a lot, and obviously me and Kerry was walking down. Well, obviously Kerry was more running, but me, she was running down this big open field, and there's me, metal fences. I was going I was doing that all along, and as well when it's thunder and lightning, I actually went for a shower as well in a thunderstorm. This is how risky I am because life's about taking risks.
I don't know. That's a little too risky there, Adam.
Well, you know what I'm like. You die once, but you live every day. That's the new saying. You don't just live once. You live every day. You die once.
Yeah. So, Adam, I want to ask you, if I give you the letter TEA, what 3 words are you going to give me today for your T?
I was about to say troublemaker then, but no. T, I'm gonna say time. Definitely time. E, energy. A, awareness. And maybe acceptance as well.
Okay, I want to know why you gave me those 3 words. 4, because you gave me 4.
Time is because we've all got time. We have all got time to manifest into something we want to be. If people say you have not got time for this or not got time for that, then you're just full of excuses. Because end of the day, we've all got time because you're here, you're living, you're breathing, and either way, if you haven't got time, make time. Even if it's just for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, go and meditate, go for a walk, go and read a book, do something that you love. Do some diamond darts because that's what we've been doing. which I thought I'd never do. E, energy. We are energy. We're not just human beings. We are energy. And everything we do gives out energy. If you wake up positive, then your day is going to be positive. It's all about energy. A, awareness and acceptance, because at the end of the day, it's time to accept, yes, we've got mental health. And it's time to manifest mental illness into mental wellness. All through the power of awareness.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That's an amazing tea, and a completely different tea than what you gave me the first time you were on Tea Times. And that's what it is.
I can't remember what I said last time.
Well, I guess you're going to have to go and watch your episode on season 3.
Oh,
right?
I haven't got time.
Oh, yes, you do. We all have time. You just said
I know. I know.
So, Adam, what is your favorite color?
Blue.
Why?
It's actually baby blue because end of the day, obviously I know there's two types of calendars. But obviously I know I normally go off the lunar calendar, but this particular calendar within brainwashed to believe I'm Pisces. And Pisces is the power of the ocean. So, and we know it's a baby blue color, and I just love water.
So are you big into the astronomers? Like
astrology, yeah, I'm into all that, yeah. Did you
So
not know?
no, that's something I did not know. So
Yeah, I'm into astrology. Yeah,
So what do you
I've
like
noticed with the lunar calendar, I'm actually a Libra. No, a Leo. Leo, sorry. Yeah.
So what is it that you like about it? Because for some people are not into it. I am. I'm a Taurus, and I'm also the year of I think it's the year of the tiger, if I remember right. My mind is kind of foggy right now.
I like astrology because at the end of the day, it's definitely linked to energy, and it's actually helped me to bring me back to where I am. Like, obviously, like going back, normally when the kids are arguing and they're fighting and they're screaming at us, I used to rise to them. I used to rise to them. But then I just closed my eyes while they were screaming at me, and I just had this voice saying, "Get outside. Just get outside." And that's what I did. And I sat on the garden swing outside and just grounded myself to the floor. Barefoot, you name it, I did it.
So Adam, we have another question here for you. Can you name all of the shows that are on Mental Health Warriors?
All the shows, yes, we've got mine and the two Andreas. We're every Fridays. We're called Warriors of Attraction. We've got Stephen Smith's. His is every Mondays. His is LWN Life with Nature, which obviously it's a Sunset Daybreaker. We've got Annette Chiappi's. She's obviously currently a Wednesday every 2 weeks, but obviously she's going to change that, which obviously I don't know yet. Hers is Power Hour of Self-Care. We've got Nancy's coming where I can't think what that's called again. Oh yeah, Finding Your Joy. That's what it's called. And that's it.
So Adam, how long has Mental Health Warriors been running for?
3.5 years.
Wow.
Since July. Since July 2020.
So are you having a big anniversary on your 4th year?
Of course. We actually got an anniversary coming up anyway because we're close to our 700 show.
Awesome.
700 YouTube video.
So again,
700.
Adam, you're bringing up something good. So if anybody would like to reach you, I do have the YouTube channel up for a reason, because I'm helping Adam to try and get it up to 1,000 subscribers so that it can be monetized to help Adam as well, because Adam and his wife pay for all of this platform. They have no help, no support. So it's all volunteer. So that's why we have the YouTube channel up here. But Adam, you also have other platforms that they can reach you. I'm going to put them up. You have Facebook. Let me get Facebook. So you have the Facebook MH Warriors page.
Yeah, the Mental Health Warrior private group. Yes.
Then you have the public group.
No, we've only got just one group now. The private group. We got rid of the community group.
Oh,
got rid of it.
Okay, so let's not put that up too much then.
Yeah, no, we've got the private group. We've got the Facebook page. We've got YouTube. We've got Instagram, which is MH Warrior 2020. And we're actually finally back on Twitter. They've actually, after 3 years, they've allowed me back on Twitter.
Oh my God, he got out of the Twitter jail.
After 3 years.
I'll have to find the Twitter. I did not know that you were back on Twitter. I've just wrote it down. And you
we're finally back on it. We're finally back on it.
And you also have LinkedIn as well.
We've got LinkedIn, yes. Yeah.
And you had the WordPress. Do you still have the WordPress, Adam?
We still got Linktree. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Linktree. I gotta find that. I will put that all.
How dare you forget that?
I forgot the.
How
Linktree.
dare you? That's the Canada innit?
I forgot the link.
How dare you? But it's all right because I don't publish it either.
So Adam, for the viewers out there and listeners, if you would like them to take part in Mental Health Warriors, how would you like their support?
Just tune in. Absolutely tune in. Share, subscribe, drop a comment. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're tuning live or on a replay. We still love you. And at the end of the day, your views matter. Like, we're not like these big podcasts that I want like 10,000 videos in a day. We're not like that. We don't care if 1, 2, 10, 10,000, 100,000 tuning in. We don't care all at once. If we can just help that one person, that makes us happy.
It only takes one person.
That's all it takes. One person.
One person starts a ripple effect.
Exactly.
So, Adam, what has Mental Health Warriors done for yourself?
Changed my life. Have you not noticed?
How?
How? Because it's actually got me to communicate and to connect with people all over the world. Just all over the world, and I'm loving it. Well, if it wasn't for the Warriors, I wouldn't know you.
Well, thanks a lot. You could still tune into Teatime. I'm all over. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just yeah. Can you know me?
I'm not hiding. I'm over here tapping away and saying, "Look at me, look at me. I'm here serving tea." So, Adam, I really want to thank you for joining me and sharing. I want to get a couple of things out before we go. So the updates, before we wrap up, what are the updates again for viewers that are just tuning in?
The updates on what? The Warriors or me?
Both.
Okay, the Warriors is we've got new shows upcoming. Obviously, Stephen's already started. He's already done 2 shows. He's every Mondays, which is about 11 o'clock UK time in the morning. We've got Nancy. She's starting in a couple of weeks. I think it's the 13th of November. That's when she's kicking off. That'll be an evening UK where it's 8 p.m. UK. Obviously, we're just all about it. We know Elizabeth's going to be starting her show next year. I'm joking. We don't know yet. But yeah, we're just all about just keeping going, keeping busy. That's what it's all about.
And personal updates.
Personal is I'm alive. Yep. I'm living life, loving life, live life, love. That's my motto. Live life, love. And obviously got a new baby. He's obviously 10 weeks old tomorrow. Where I know time's flawed. I know how I've still got hair. I really don't know. I don't know how it's still letting me grow it. Yeah, just all about that.
10 weeks already?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and he
He's
really
10
looks
weeks
like
tomorrow.
And he really looks like you, Adam. It's like a little mini Adam. I'm just like, oh my goodness, look at him. He looks like his daddy.
Yeah, well, he's I've still got a lot of teaching to do with him. Kerry
He's only
thinks he's
10
gonna
weeks. Give him a break.
No, Kerry thinks he's gonna turn exactly like me, act like me, and stuff like that. Could you handle another me in the world?
Oh, I don't know. I should be asking Carrie that. Can Carrie handle another you? So, Adam, I seen somewhere on your Facebook, you and Carrie getting married next year?
Of course, yeah, next year.
What's the date?
Kerry's got that very, very convenient. We actually got the day booked on her birthday, 16th of November.
Well, look at that, a winter wedding.
It is going to be a winter wedding, isn't it? Yeah, we've actually got a theme as well.
So what's your theme?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
You know, I was looking at that to do my Christmas tree this year.
Oh, you wasn't?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, well, yeah, it is. No, Tegan's got a jumper. Like she got a jumper, which obviously you'll probably call a sweater, and it's actually got Jack Skeleton on it.
Oh.
She's got one. I'll try and find it. I'll send you a picture.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to do for Christmas this year, because every year my Christmas tree is always different. And
we're basically
looking at that yesterday,
right?
and my son was like, "Mom, why don't you just do skeletons and stuff like that?" And I was like, "Oh, the nightmare."
But I can. Another update is the fact that we've never done it before, but this month we're actually going to be celebrating Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, you guys celebrate in November in England, right?
UK don't celebrate it. We don't celebrate it, but this year, Andrea Mason's actually set me and Kerry a challenge that we have to celebrate Thanksgiving this year, so we're going to do it.
Are you doing it on the United States Thanksgiving date?
We're going for the 26th, 27th.
Yeah, I think that's their Thanksgiving. Us in Canada, we have it in October.
All right. Yeah, so we're going for the States one.
Yeah, our Thanksgiving's in October. I know in the United States it's in November. That's pretty cool.
Come on, Liz. They've all just started bringing the turkeys out in supermarkets.
Well, there's turkeys all year round over here in Canada.
There isn't here.
Really?
Really? Wow. They've all just started bringing them out now. But obviously, I went to my local Iceland, and I'm trying to get one for like £25. But obviously, the only ones I can find are an £8 one, £8 really small giant. I'm like, I'm not getting that.
Yeah, they're around all the time. We have wild turkeys that run around in the ditches and everything. We just go. we're turkey people. We eat turkey.
We need to move to Canada then.
Yeah, we eat turkey about 4 or 5 times a year, and it's a really stuffy bird, right? Oh, yeah. My youngest actually shoots them. Like I'm just like,
okay.
Yeah. So, well, I want to thank you, Adam, for joining me on Teatime, and I want to thank all the viewers and listeners and subscribers. Without all of you guys, Teatime would not be able and wouldn't be possible. I want to thank Adam for joining me today and giving me some amazing updates. I want to thank Adam for being himself, the new Adam, because Adam has changed. He's still goofy. He's still himself, but I mean, he has grown and he has changed, and I'm really proud of you, Adam, for doing that.
Good job, bro.
And I will be back at 3 p.m. This afternoon for the second tea time, and then at 7 p.m. for the last tea time of this week on November 2nd. And then I'll be back and do it all over again next Thursday. So this afternoon we have Dee Banks Johnson coming in, and she'll be talking about perspective and ego. And then tonight we're going to be talking about suspense, thriller, chocolates, and forbidden love, mystery. We're going to be talking about all of it when Ashley Early is going to be joining me, and she'll be talking about her new book called Hearts of Skulls. So we'll be doing that tonight at 7 p.m. Until then, I will see everybody at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the second tea time.